The Kolter Homes Inside World Pickleball Show on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kolter Homes, home of World Pickleball Open. Get pickling. And by Engage Pickleball, because I win with it.
Hi, this is Lee Rosenthal with Inside World Pickleball. This is the Competitive Edge, and I'm here with Irina Tereshchenko.
Well, this is my 5th time playing the US Open, and I have not been able to capture the singles title until this year. And yeah, the experience is fantastic. I feel like I know every volunteer and probably all the spectators by name, and the crowd went wild. I had some great matches against Simone and Leah Jensen, and was just super happy to come on top. But it was very, very tough.
To stay on the top of the game, what's your training schedule?
Well, I like to do some finger painting and then underwater basket weaving. Those are kind of my go-to. But also, I just want to stay active. Snowboarding is probably my next best sport, and I'm desperately trying to learn how to surf. And kiteboarding is another passion of mine.
Where are you from originally, and where do you live now?
I'm from Moscow, Russia, and I came here and played college tennis at Texas Tech University, Red Raiders. And I've lived all over the United States, currently Fresno, California, pride of the valley.
And is this full-time for you, pickleball?
Actually, I'm fortunate enough to actually do pickleball part-time and almost make full-time money, so I love it. And the professional circuit is growing. I'm saving myself a little bit for it to get bigger, and hopefully before I'm too old, I can turn pro all the way and play like 35 tournaments a year and just grind.
This is the Competitive Edge. What is your advice to the amateurs out there to improve our games?
I think have a good attitude about it. You know, don't expect to play your best. Just have fun and be okay if you're making errors. I think you can still find a way to win. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here, and good luck to everybody.
It's time for the Engage Pickleball Tip of the Week with Senior Championship Pro Steve Kennedy.
Hi, Steve Kennedy with the Tip of the Week. Today we want to see how we can use the elements either to an advantage or with some people to a disadvantage. Look, the first thing, like on a day like today, we're in South Florida and we have winds today at 20 to 25 miles an hour. What does that mean? It's going to make that ball have a lot of extra movement. If you're hitting into the wind, you're going to have to go ahead and have a little bit more pace, a little bit longer backswings and follow throughs so the ball can cut through the air. If you're hitting with the wind, you're going to want to make sure that we might shorten up our backswings because that ball is going to carry a whole lot deeper, right? So you can play the wind that way. You want to make sure that you're bringing the court in when it's windy. You're not trying to play outside lines and deep back there because the wind's affecting that ball. I always say to people, bring the lines in 6 feet in all directions, and that's where you play on a windy day, within those 6 feet. Another element could be a big, huge sky, whether we're dealing with a big blue sky or a lot of cloud cover. So when the sky is big and blue, you don't get the depth perception that you're getting when you have some clouds. Might be a good time to throw up a lot of lobs because you have that endless sky and the depth perception's not there. Another element is going to be that torch right there that's called the sun. When that sun is in your opponent's eyes, and you know when they look up and they get all of this, that sun can blind them. And you know, we're trying to use every advantage we have. So trying to play that ball up into the sun is a huge option. If you're playing in a climate that's really hot, the balls are going to get really soft, all right? So when the ball gets softer, you're actually going to have to put a lot more in it because the ball's compressing into your paddle and it's not coming off with the same velocity. I was in Boston this past week and I gave a clinic. It was 15 degrees. We were indoors, but indoors was 55 inside. The ball was really firm and crisp. So if you played the same way in the heat as you did in the cold, you couldn't do it. The ball reacts completely different. So just remember, in a cold setting where the ball is going to be much firmer and crisper, you're going to have to lighten up. You might have to go a little looser on your grip pressure, all right? When the ball is in a hot climate, I still say lighten up your grip, but you're gonna have to lengthen your swings because the ball is going to be so soft. So you've got about 4 different elements. You've got others, but those are really the major ones that you want to work with, you know? So just work with the elements that you got, make sure you're playing to your benefit, and you're gonna have a great day.
And that's this week's edition of Inside World Pickleball. Carl Foster with Melissa McCurley. What's coming up next for the rest of the year? The next big event, Atlanta coming up, and then an indoor championship for the first time that was canceled last year.
We head over to Atlanta, Georgia for a PPA Atlanta Open Championships, and then on to the USA Pickleball Indoor National Championships in Hoover, Alabama. This is the first time that there has ever been a national indoor championships for USA Pickleball.
Next week, USA Pickleball announces the National Champions Tour.